there is a sense, and the feminists who hear this tape are going to become very, very mad, but there is a sense she was made for you. She desires you. She wants your attention in a way that you can't really understand. That's what compassion is about. That's what thinking and putting her first is about. Do you see that? You're to love her. You're commanded to love her. Now how? Husbands, love your wife just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Now, here's where we're really going to learn something. Now we're running out of time. Here's where we're going to learn something. He gave himself up for her. That was the expression of his love. Now, how are you to do that? Guys, whether we know it or not, or want to admit it or not, we live for ourselves. When we get off work, we've got this built-in mentality. I have worked. I need to be able to rest. I need to be able to do some things I want to do. And that's true. Sometimes we need that. But you need to realize something. When the 5 o'clock whistle blows, the will of God has not been done for the day. You need to think about her. What does she need? What do your children need? We kind of have a rule in my house. It's a rule I made. And it's this. I'm gone. I try to leave for work really early in the morning so I can come back around 5 o'clock. I come back at 5 o'clock. The children are mine. Until I put them to bed. The children are mine. Now, if she wants to spend that time cleaning house, if she wants to go walk in the park, if she wants to talk to an adult, because that's what women need. When they're stuck in the house for 8, 9 hours a day and all they're doing is talking to 4-year-olds, they get a little weird. They repeat themselves. Hello, hello, stop that, stop that, stop that. They have to learn, once again, to talk to adults. So the rule is, come home, they're mine. They're mine. They're just mine. I saw good missionaries come off the mission field because their wives had nervous breakdowns. And it wasn't because their wives weren't godly. It was this. The wives were there in the mission house 24 hours a day. The missionary, yeah, he had to struggle and everything, but he was outside the house. He was visiting people. He was talking to adults. He was going to the hardware store. He was buying tires for the Jeep. He was witnessing to people. All sorts of things. He was out. The woman was just in the house, in the house, in the house. Now, I'm a firm believer that a woman ought to be in the house. If she has young children, she ought to be teaching those children. But at the same time, when I come home, they're mine. They're mine. Well, what about your friends? I have friends, but I don't get to do much with them. What about your free time? Children are not a burden, guys. It's not like at 5 o'clock I'm have to check into a slave labor camp. The children are a joy. The children are a joy. And my wife, my 6-year-old is this tall right now. I don't know what happened. He's some kind of a giant or something. And sometimes I'll still pick him up and carry him a little bit. My wife goes, what are you doing? He weighs 80-some pounds. And I go, I'm carrying him because in 2 more years I won't be able to. It goes that fast, guys. It goes that fast. Look, fishing is really great. But don't sell the soul of your boy for fishing. Golf, tennis, hunting, time with the boys, NASCAR, whatever. Those can all have a good... Don't sell your children for those things. Don't do that. And believe me this, I'm not talking about a monastic lifestyle either. I believe that God gives His children good things, and if we'll obey Him, He'll give us times. And we can enjoy them. The children are yours. And you've got to be creative. If you live in a suburb or you live somewhere in a little backyard, you've got to be creative. And fathers, I'm not just talking about the boys. The girls need you just as much as the boys do, if not more. They need your love. They need your affection. They need to go out and do things with you. And when you go to bed at night, you'll go to bed tired. But you'll go to bed a man of God. And with that peace. And again, come on, guys. We're not of the world. We don't believe children are a burden. We don't believe marriage is a burden. Remember, we're Christians. We buy into those lies. And they are lies. Now I want you to look at something that's very important. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave Himself up for her so that He might sanctify her. Now look, dying for your wife, giving your life away for the benefit of your wife does not mean that you lay down and do everything your wife wants to do, or that you give your wife everything that she wants, or you direct your home according to your wife. It doesn't mean that you lay down your life just to spoil this woman. He laid down His life in order to sanctify her. So you lay down your life in service to her sanctification. It doesn't mean you go, well, honey, here's the credit card. Go out and, make yourself happy. It doesn't mean that you say, honey, yeah, go ahead and go out with those ladies, when you don't approve. It means that you lay down your life so that in the end, when she stands before God, she stands before God and hears, well done, my good and faithful servant. You serve her for her sanctification. You don't serve her so that she can just go out and run free with the lust of the flesh. And so there's times when you're going to have to tell your wife no. But it's not no because of your preference. It's no because in the Word of God it says no. And that same Word of God that you're applying to her, you apply to yourself. So you are working for her sanctification, that she be more like Christ. Honey, I've been noticing that you're on the internet too much. Writing your friends and things, and in your free time you're not getting out, you're not exercising, you're not doing productive things that might help you, you're not in the Word. This needs to stop. You see what I mean? Now you're not some kind of thundering dictator, but you are a compassionate leader, and you are loving and firm. And let me say something about this. A woman who knows that you're living for the will of God, and that you're laying down your life for her benefit, and that many times you have given up privileges and rights for her benefit, when you have to say no, she's going to more take that into account. But if you're living as a selfish, self-centered man who organizes the entire family for your own blessing, and you lay down the law on her, she's liable to rebel. Now, if she does rebel, that's wrong, but your sin is in there too. You see? And so we're laying down our lives so that she might be sanctified. And then look what it says. Having cleansed her by the washing of water with the Word. The Word of God. The Word of God. The Word of God. The Word of God. What does your wife need? The Word of God. You can read it together. You can discuss it together. And I'm not talking about an hour-long Bible study every day where you preach to your wife. I'm talking about the Word of God being preached to both of you. And some other time maybe we can discuss this, but with my discipleship with my boys and things like that, it's not like an hour a day. I pick up 5 and 10 minutes here. Maybe at the end of the day, I pick up time here, and then I'm always looking for opportunities. And because we have to be very careful. I know a lot of men that are very legalistic, very domineering, and a lot of times unconverted. They will grab truths in Ephesians and use them to kill their family because they want to be domineering. They're just wicked men. This Ephesians 5 sets the platform for us to die to self, to serve our families. And we do it by the Word. Everything has to do with the Word, guys. Everything. There's just no other place. It's the Word. Saturating with the Word. Saturating our children with the Word.